Good morning, friends. Happy, I don't know what day is it? Wednesday. It's hump day. I hope that you had a good day yesterday. I hope that you certainly felt loved yesterday and that you were a giver of some love. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody throughout the day who just remarked it didn't feel like Valentine's Day. And I'm not sure what Valentine's Day feels like, but I don't disagree. Also, once again, my hair's looking crazy. But here we are, Wednesday. Today's technically day 30. Today ends our 30 days of focused prayer. And I am just really excited to hear from you about what this time has meant and what has transpired. So I hope that you'll share that with me, because that just helps me know what God is doing and to celebrate that with you and to continue to be in prayer with you and for you. So today I really don't have anything specific raised up. I just am really interested in like the plan forward, right? What God is speaking to us as far as how we move forward as a church and our calls to action. So that's where I'm coming from today. I know that you bring things in too to this prayer time. You know, I celebrate. Hi, Julia. Good morning. It's so good to have you here. We've people have been asking about you. We've been missing you on Sunday morning. And you can hear Lucy. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's clamoring down the stairs behind me. Anyway, now I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I got so excited. Well, I understand that for sure, being busy. Julia says she's been busy, for those who aren't reading the comments pop up. Anyway, who knows what I was saying? Visioning forward as a church and seeing where God is calling us is what I'm really interested in. So we're going to go to God in prayer this morning. We're going to start with an elongated silence, and we're just going to ask God to continue to show us where we're headed and just help us vision together. So let us go to God now in prayer. God of love and God of glory, we give you thanks for this day. We give you thanks for this 30 days, God, that you called us to, that you so clearly on the day we gathered to worship you said, this is what I need for you. And you knew exactly why, and you knew what you had for us in this time. And God, I am so excited to hear what you've done, how you've moved, whose lives you've moved in, where we've seen you. I now remember what I was going to say before, and I celebrate that in today's prayer request emails, we still have some folks that we are continually praying for, but our new prayer requests, that list is significantly smaller. And we are always happy to pray for and with each other. But when we see that lengthy list, our hearts are just burdened for the people that we love. And we know that that's how your heart is too, God. And so I give you thanks that that list is small today. We have folks that we continue to lift up, and you know those, and we'll be continuing to focus on that list as a church. But God, we give you thanks that you're working. You're working, and you are calming the storms of our lives, and you are meeting our needs, and you are fixing what is broken, and you are healing what is sick, and you are mending us together physically, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and God, we just trust that you are going to continue to do that and to move mountains in our lives and in our world, so that we are experiencing you, your glory, the fullness of this life that you have for us. And so, God, we just ask that where there are needs, God, that you would just continue to be responsive, God, that you would continue to be in the business of anticipating our needs, and that you would help us to remember when we feel out of control, when we feel lost, when we feel like it's all hopeless, God, that we would remember to turn to you, because it's not a surprise and you've got us covered. And so, God, as we end this 30 days today and we move into a different season of prayer together, Lord, let us never grow tired of seeking your will and allowing you to impart your wisdom that will help us discern and vision forward, because we know that you are asking us every day to make moves. Every day in our lives, every day as a church, there is not one of us who is exempt from that instruction. Not one of us. God, whether we are 2 years old or 200 years old, there is literally not one of us who is exempt from being called to make a move each and every day in your name. And so, God, I ask that you would just help us to continue to have spirits that are sensitive to that calling, to that tug, and to your voice, Lord, that we would continue to be so deeply rooted in our relationship with you, that we would know your voice, that we would hear it loudly, that we would know when you're calling us, and that we would be like sheep following the shepherd, that we would go without hesitation. And God, today, I'm just struck by the tone of our world, frankly. And while there might be peace in our lives and peace in our homes and peace in our church and even peace in our local community, God, there is not peace in our world. And I read things and I hear things that just alarm me. I mean, from natural disasters that, of course, we are susceptible to another mass shooting in Michigan yesterday, to this whole business about fungus and zombies, and then the economic insecurity. God, the world is a really weird place that just longs to fill us with fear, and we buy into it. And there are certainly things to be afraid of, but God, I just ask that you would help us to be wise with the knowledge that we're given, that we would read, that when we encounter information, when we read things, when we see things, when we become aware of some place in our world that is just not right, it's not yours, it doesn't reflect you, that we would have the wisdom to know what to do with it, how to combat, how to be proactive, what the truth is, and that we wouldn't buy into to anything that is otherwise intended, right? To draw out fear and to hold us back and to perpetuate dysfunction, or amend our cultural norms. So, God, we just ask that you would continue to be Lord over this world of yours, because it's getting weirder. And I'm sure that's not the first time in our history that we've said that very sentence. But God, I'm not such a fan of how things are going, and we need you. So God, we ask for your help. So Lord, as we come to the close of this prayer time today, and simultaneously we are getting ready to move into Lent, help us to remember, Lord, that you go with us, that you loved us so much that the Lenten journey we're about to take, you took on our behalf, because you love us and you wanted to see us free from sin and death. Help us to approach this Lenten season with a sincerity of heart that is perhaps deeper than it ever has been before, where we are anxious to truly journey with you, to understand your suffering, your grief, so that we can further appreciate your sacrifice and your love. And help us to be spurred on by all of this, by this prayer time, by the connection that we're feeling as a community, by the Lenten journey. Help all of this to inspire us, to stir within us, to help us be moved forward. And God, we ask that you would keep us sustained and strengthened, because we know that sometimes we get tired and we don't feel great, and we get lazy and we get distracted and we become overwhelmed by the pressures that we encounter. But God, we know that in you we have all the strength we need. So help us to turn to you so that we can draw upon your strength and be strengthened for what you have for us. So God, we just continue to surrender to you our lives, our church, our community, our world, and we ask that you would continue to mold us and make us more like you, to allow you to be the potter that you are. And God, we're excited to see what you'll continue to do, to hear what you've done, and to see what you'll continue to do through this church that is faithfully seeking you. And we ask all of this in your name. Amen. Friends, I hope that you have a great day. I hope that you will continue to join me as we find our way forward together. And I hope that you'll share. I hope that you'll tell me how God has been speaking to you and working within you, because that just makes me excited and motivates me and inspires me. So I look forward to hearing your stories and experiences, and look for a way to share those coming soon. Have a great day. See you soon.